Hi, I'm Steve Latham with the Yale Interdisciplinary Center for Bioethics, and I'm speaking today with Zohar Lederman. Zohar's been teaching in our Summer Institute for a number of years, and I would just like you to start off by explaining your background and your educational training for us.
Yeah, so thanks for having me again in the program, by the way. So I started actually in philosophy. I started reading philosophy when I was 15, perhaps. And then during my military service, I started studying at the Open University in Israel. And so that was a degree in philosophy. And actually, it was probably the longest degree in history. It took me 10 years to graduate. So right after the military, I decided to go into medical school. And I finished both of the degrees simultaneously, pretty much.
Your philosophy degree and your
Yeah.
medical degree.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So from that, a natural continuation or natural merge was bioethics, which I started to be interested in roughly in my fifth year of medical school. So I actually started from medical humanities, but then pretty quickly it got into bioethics.
And you're in the midst of, or near the end of, a bioethics doctorate from Singapore.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm finishing up or submitted my second draft of my dissertation.
And this from your perch as an emergency medical physician in Israel.
So I finished medical school, spent some time here at Yale actually, then moved to Singapore, started my PhD in Singapore, took a year off, went to Israel to do a medical internship for a year, came back to Singapore, continued the PhD, almost finished, but just because I needed something else to do, I moved back to Israel just recently, a couple of months ago, to start my residency.
Okay. So you are, among other things, pretty prolific. You've published a lot while you've been a long-term student. Tell me a little bit about what kinds of things you have written about.
So what I call my academic baby is what I did my MD dissertation on, and that kind of what got me into bioethics is end-of-life care and clinical ethics, and specifically family presence during CPR. And I think what brought me into that, or what kept me with that topic, is that it seems to be, first of all, very intuitive that family members should be present during CPR, and it seems to be a less complicated area, a dilemma, if you may, than other topics in bioethics, like abortion, right? Yet, well, first of all, I think I'm pretty much the only one in bioethics who is working on it, and second, more importantly, still it's not common practice. Still, healthcare professionals don't allow family to be present, and I can understand why that is. So to me, it's a topic that is, well-rounded, not something too controversial, and something that seems to be potentially easy to resolve. So that's that. However, because it seems not such of a big deal, I would say, or at least it's a narrow topic, so I started to branch out, which I think most of us do at some point. And so my main area of research right now, and this is my PhD dissertation, is environmental ethics. Specifically, the ethics of One Health, which is a new movement, paradigm in medicine. And also I work on public health ethics, ethics of infectious diseases. And that is a never-ending fountain of ideas, of publications, or potential areas of research. And I think lastly, mostly, I don't know if because of age, but I got to be more and more interested in politics. So for me specifically, it's politics in Israel, and politics because I'm doing bioethics. So since I'm doing bioethics, it's politics that or healthcare or health conditions that are influenced by the political situation right now in Israel. So I started to write more and more about that.
Including work you've been doing on force feeding of political prisoners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Israel is unique, almost unique in the sense that force feeding is legal. I know some states in the US are also it's legal, but
Yes.
we actually have an act that allows us to force feed prisoners.
So, what are you teaching this summer in the bioethics program?
So in this summer, so I've been co-teaching together with Shina Egan. I've been teaching a course on the dual loyalty problem. So what physicians do and what they ought to do during conflict, genocide, when we have to. They serve two masters. One the authorities, they are military, and one the patients, the medical institution. So we've been teaching that for 3 years, I want to say. And last year we started also co-teaching a seminar on public health ethics. And I think what is, again, unique about this seminar, or at least we try to make it unique, is in preparation for this seminar, I asked all the big names in public health ethics for their syllabi. And all their syllabi look the same. So what Shina and I decided to do is to focus on one topic within public health ethics, which is the Ebola outbreak. In 2014 Ebola outbreak, and we focus on that, and from there we branch out into different topics or subtopics within public health ethics.
That sounds great. I wish I could take it. So you've taught, how many times have you taught in our program?
So I think this is the third year.
The third time.
Yeah. And I was a student here in 2011.
Right. Why do you keep coming back?
Well, I think, so first of all, this is the best time to be in New Haven. It's sunny.
Yeah.
And I think, well, it's first of all for social reasons. Coming back here, all the instructors are friends now. And you have Steve Campbell teaching, who took the program as a student with me, and we've been friends ever since. So it's always nice to see him again, and we catch up, and we have our own network here. It's always fun to come back, and all the instructors, we hang out together, we talk about the students, we complain about the students together. But we also, I think we realize the importance of the program, and that's the second, perhaps more important reason why I come back, is because it's a wonderful program. I mean, you have students from all over the world, from different levels, undergrads, grad students, professionals. Some of them know a lot more than me about many things, many topics, and I learned so much from them, much more than I teach. So it's always interesting to hear their perspectives, and I think this program is an attempt to create a global foundation network of bioethics, and I enjoy being part of it, or I try to be part of it.
Well, I enjoy being part of it too, and I enjoy that you enjoy being part of it. It's actually really fun. I think that is right. One of the things we are trying to do is create a global network. We have a lot of people who are mostly junior faculty from bioethics and health law programs in every continent, and students from everywhere. And they're all getting to know each other, and they're all staying in touch, and they're writing papers together and doing academic projects together. It's very exciting. Anyway, thank you for submitting to this interview, this interview, which will appear as propaganda for the summer program online.
I'm all out for propaganda.
And thanks for teaching the summer program again this year.
Thank you for having me.
All right.